Calling it kneeling. Hello, welcome back. My name's Bart. Now we're going to do the first exercise, and that is kneeling yogis. Now I named it kneeling yogis. It is a yoga posture. I don't think it's called kneeling yogis, but I just don't know what the name is. So we call it kneeling yogis. I don't know, it's not very original or bright, but that's what we're going to call it, just for reference. We have two ways our ankle works and our feet and such are a little bit more complicated because of the multiple bones in the foot. But the ankle is essentially a mortise and hinge joint. It just goes like this. So we're going to stretch this. When we're sitting in our shoe or sitting at our desk, we're sitting a lot, we're sitting in a car, we're sitting a lot. And we're not walking on uneven ground, going up and down hill. Or this is my dorsiflexion side of my leg, how I pull that toe up. This gets weak. And when I cannot pull my foot up, then I don't stretch this side of it before I touch the ground. And so what happens is my foot just kind of flops and I land on my foot heavy like this. That's what causes plantar fasciitis, arches, and Achilles tendonitis, the back of the ankle right here. And also it puts my foot in a weakened position. I just happen to step in a little rut or something, or I'm out on the grass, I can twist my ankle really quickly. It's because I don't have a good dorsiflexion, sets my foot up. So if I pull that foot up, it sets it up to land on the ground well. And we don't run heel toe. That was something that started in the 70s by Mr. Nike. You run toe heel. I don't want to really get into a big argument about that, but if you want your arches and your calves to get better, or your Achilles and stuff, you'll run toe heel. It'll feel a lot better. There, done. Let's start doing the exercise. The exercise, we're going to be like this. I'm going to turn in profile so that you see how my foot is laying flat. When it lays flat like this, it's going to get stretched out. Now I've been practicing this for, I'm just, I can tell, someone's got a little motorcycle outside. I've been practicing this for the last 2 years. I was not able to sit like this before that, maybe 3 years, 3 years. I was not able to sit like, or haven't been able to sit like this since I was probably 25 or 30 years old. And that was just about 30 years ago. Just a wear and tear on my ankles and not practicing this, becoming less athletic, led to my ankles getting tight. When the ankles get tight, they don't work real well, kind of as I was mentioning in the beginning of the video, so they can't flip. Now I want to go ahead and stretch it. Now if you're not able to sit like this, and see how my butt's right on top of my feet, I can sit like this for 10, 20, 30 minutes quite comfortably. But in the beginning, this is what it looked like when I started to get in the position. And I assume for many of you, this is going to be the same thing. So this is how we modify the exercise so that we can do it, given that you can't do it. So if you can't do it, this is how I modify it. Now I do have a soft surface here. I have some 1/2-inch foam mat underneath some AstroTurf rug that I got at Home Depot. You don't have to be expensive stuff. I would suggest not doing hardwood floors or cement. Try to find a rug or something, or yoga mat doubled up or something. Something that's comfortable. That's all. So if I need to do the modified position, what I'll do is, let's just say I start right here. I'll put those toes flat, and I'll just come down a little ways. And if this is my movement pattern, that's my movement pattern. Make certain you push your toes into the floor, because this is an exercise as well as a stretch. We want to strengthen those feet and stretch them all at the same time because, well, it works really well that way. That's how come. Now, I start here. In time, I'll be able to come down and go back up. And this ultimately is the exercise. And there you go. This is really all the exercise. Now, there may be stages for you. And it's important that you go through them at your pace, not my pace. Again, it took me 3 years to get to this point. And I can actually jump up from this position now. I don't remember ever being able to do that. I assume I would have been able to do it when I was younger because I could sit like this quite comfortably. But now I'm able to jump up and land on my feet. Maybe I'll show you at the end of the video just to prove I can. But even if you start like this, really I have hardly any cartilage in this right ankle. It's been sprained so many times. I have 2 surgeries on it already just to clean up the arthritis and bone spurs. And my left is not too much better. Even so, I worked my way into this, and it was kind of painful along the way. You don't have to beat yourself up though. So here's my rule: no sharp pains, and for dull pains, don't go above 3 or 4, because this is not a sprint. This is a marathon, and you want to work your way into it. You don't want to hurt yourself in the process of healing yourself or stretching yourself out and making yourself strong. It doesn't make any sense to hurt yourself in that process. And pain is the indicator that you're hurting yourself. So don't be in pain. Nothing sharp, and don't go above a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10. If you're at 0, you may not be working hard enough. But if you're at 4, you're just about where you should be. I mean, if you had to save your child or someone, then you take an 8 or 9 or a 10, but don't train like that. You simply cannot sustain it. There, that's kind of a little proviso I want to put in there. If you have really loose joints, be careful. But for the vast majority of us, 95% or so, this is not going to be that stressful if you take it slow. And you will get to this point. I have people who are not very flexible. They're able to get to this point and hold like this. And they were never able to do it in their life, and they're 65 now, and they're able to sit like this for half an hour. It's not that big a deal. Actually, a lot of different cultures do this. So that's the exercise. That's all you need to be doing right now is this. And as I told you, I'll go ahead and show off that I can actually jump out of this position. It's not all that hard, just a little practice. So this is what it looks like. Now you can't, I can see myself. Now you can't see my head. Not that that's the most important thing. There you go. So that's the exercise. Kneeling yogis. Start off with 2 sets of 15 reps. However, you modify it within your pain tolerance. 1 to 10. How do you know what it is? If you're doing it and if you go like that's a 6, too high. Listen to yourself. That's the most important thing you do, because your body is giving you cues all the time. Don't hurt yourself. It's a hot pan, you pull your hand off. It's sharp, you pull your hand away. Listen to that. That's your body telling you how to take care of yourself. We want to do that same thing in exercise. No pain, no gain. Sounds great, but that's not how it works. Just, it's no work, no gain, but that's not very witty, nor is it very poetic. So, go ahead and do 2 sets, 15 reps. Twice a week. You can sit like this and stretch more often, but twice a week. All right, done.